delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
It is another exciting day to all the grade 11 learners out there. It's time again for a new meaningful learning experience here at LANTAW COMPRE, our school on air through television. This is another episode of the television-based instruction of DepEd Division of Tagum City, featuring the reading and writing skills with compare and contrast patterns of written text across disciplines. I am your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Mayan Go from Tagum City National Comprehensive High School. Today's session is designed and written with you in mind, which will help you master patterns of development in writing across disciplines and to be used in many different learning situations. By understanding the writing style of the patterns used to develop a written piece, you will be able to concentrate your mind on what the author is attempting to convey and predict how the author will create and develop a point. This deeper understanding of what the text is doing will help you improve your memory of what the text is saying. So listen up, ready your pen, your paper, and your self-learning module with you. This time, let us try first how much you knew about today's topic. Choose the letter of the best answer and write them in a separate sheet of paper. You will be given 5 seconds to answer. Are you all set? Then let's begin. Question number 1. Explains why something happens or what results a particular event produces. A. Narration. B. Definition. C. Cause and effect. D. Compare and contrast. And you get it right! The correct answer is letter C. Question number 2. What was yielded after something else took place? A. Cause. B. Effect. C. Example. D. Definition.
Audio Jungle.
Yes, you are correct. The answer is letter B. Question number 3. A type of paper that on practical use of cause and effect as a pattern of paragraph development. A. Project proposal. B. Research report. C. Resume. D. Problem solution paper. That's right! The correct answer is letter D. Question number 4. Multiple sets of cause and effect are somehow connected to each other. Letter A. Causal chain. B. Reaction chain. C. Situation. D. Solution. The correct answer is letter A. Question number 5. A form of writing that tells a story. It has a sequence of events. Letter A, narration. B, description. C,
Jungle.
cause and effect. D, definition. Way to go! What you are thinking is right. The answer is letter A. Were you able to get the correct answer? If you get a perfect score, then you already have an advanced knowledge on this topic. In this lesson, you will be given a clear explanation on the different patterns of development of writing. Now, are you ready to learn more? But before anything else, let us have our objectives first.
Audio Jungle.
At the end of today's lesson, you are expected to identify the patterns of development in writing across discipline, know the use, modes, and function of each pattern of development, and write an essay, paragraph on the different patterns of development in writing across discipline. Prepare yourselves as each pattern will be laid before you, and consider these common patterns of thought as specific ways in which you can apply in your everyday life. First, let's begin with narration. Narration, in its basis definition, is storytelling. It is a sequence of events, not necessarily arranged in chronological order, told by a narrator, happening in a particular place at a particular time. An effective narrative is that which makes the reader think and compel him or her to read the narrative again. Telling a story and giving details of all the events in a story is what narration is all about. But how to make an effective narrative writing? To achieve this effectiveness,
Audio Jungle.
writers should make sure that their narratives have a vivid description of details, a consistent point of view, and verb tense, and a well-defined point or significance. Second is description. Descriptive paragraph is a focused and detail-rich account of a specific topic. Paragraphs in style often have a concrete focus. The sound of a waterfall, the stench of a skunk spray, but can also convey something abstract, such as an emotion or a memory. Some descriptive paragraphs do both. Third is definition.
Audio Jungle.
Let me ask you these questions. When was the last time you consulted a dictionary? Which word did you try to find? When you found the meaning of the word in the dictionary, did you understand its definition? Have you used the word both in writing and in speech? Do other people understand the meaning of the word the same way you do? I believe you have all the answers to these questions. However, sometimes you might have encountered one of the most complicated concepts to explain in words, which is emotions. That is to say, happiness, sadness, anger, nervousness, excitement, and jealousy. Understanding the meaning of a word can be tricky because language is dynamic. Language continuously changes. This is why defining is essential. It enables us to better understand words and in turn makes other people understand what we mean. Defining is trying to understand the meaning of a word or an expression. Fourth is exemplification, classification. Exemplification and classification as a mode of paragraph development is very useful in discussing complex topics by way of enumerating or listing subtopics that are considered familiar to the target readers. Fifth is comparison and contrast. This happens when you are making a choice, whether trivial or serious. You are doing some sort of a comparison and contrast. Comparison entails dealing with similarities or likeness of at least two subjects. Contrast, on the other hand, is talking the differences between or among topics. Sixth is cause and effect. In writing composition, cause and effect is a method of paragraph or essay that can be organized in various ways. Determining cause and effect can be thought-provoking. It is quite complex because there are two types of causes: immediate causes, or also known as primary causes, which are readily apparent because they are closest to the effect. The other one is ultimate causes or secondary causes, which being somewhat removed or not so apparent and may perhaps even be hidden. Cause is the reason, as effect is the result. Seventh is persuasion. Have you ever tried when you watch a television commercial on shampoo and you find yourself buying that brand of shampoo the next day? Well, that's persuasion. Now, in writing persuasive paragraph, you would also be assertive and forward in conveying your thoughts and ideas. The use of persuasion as a pattern of paragraph development is based on the assumption that all essays are essentially assertive and the writer always, whether consciously or not, fights for something in his or her paper. Argumentation is the use of facts and logic to convince an audience, while in persuasion, there is an addition of emotional appeal or pathos. The use of persuasion as a pattern of paragraph development assumes that all essays are essentially assertive. Wow! You are so amazing that you have come this far. Did you understand our lesson? I bet you already knew and able to identify the different patterns of development in writing across discipline. They are a lot, but I hope you will try to remember each of them because they will be useful as you write in the future. This time, let's have a short quiz. Write CE if the pattern is cause-effect, and write EC if the pattern is effect-cause. You will be given enough time to write your answers in your paper. Your time is up! Let's check if you've got the correct answers. Number 1, CE. Number 2, EC. Number 3, EC. Number 4, CE. Number 5, CE. Number 6, EC. C. Number 7, C, E. Number 8, E, C. Number 9, C, E. Number 10, E, C. Well done, senior high learners! You may continue answering your modules on pages 10 to 19. Keep it up for our next lesson. And that's the end of today's episode from LANTAW COMPRE, our TV school on air. This has been your teacher broadcaster, May Ann Go. Remember, patterns of development help us sort out information and shape paragraphs or essays. They can help organize an outline or any form of written pieces. Consider that most paper will use a combination of methods working together in function of each other. See you again in our next session!
Audio Jungle.